This is a Dragon deck profile. I usually play Labyrinth, but whenever there's a format change, I just kind of like revisit Cyber Dragons and see what the deck can be before like I have to like commit to actual strategy. So we're going second. So the best card in the deck, because it touch fuses everything away. There's some cool stuff with this that I'll explain later, but there's like a ruling that I found out recently that makes it even more fun, and you can really like throw some people off. Just your normal, and I'll explain a little bit about each one. So core, it's like the Stratos / follow-up / machine dupe target, which all these are. It just does everything for the deck. It's like, you need to see it. So like this deck struggles with like names, so I try to max out on Hertz and core. Nasher is like your recursion, so when it's summoned either normal or special, it brings back anything with 2100 attack or defense, which also counts your extra deck monsters, which are, you know, the heart and soul. So like in a grind state, you can just keep adding this back with like Hertz, just like recurring it, or searching it, or getting core to bring it out of your deck. And it can just really create like a grind game that people don't think Cyber Dragon has, so it's a lot of fun. I like to play too because you want to see it, and it's another name, and it's another machine dupe target. So, and Hertz is like your recursion. So when it hits grave, you add any Cyber Dragon back from grave. So all the babies become Cyber Dragon in grave. And if it just gets sent to grave normal, you can add the OG, and then the OG can, you know, start making people sweat when it hits the field. So, yeah, that's like the basic. 2 Galaxy. I don't think you should play 3 because you're going second. So you want all your cards in your hand to be live, and like this is a really cool like follow-up after you start doing Cyber Dragon stuff. But I don't think you ever would like play 3 because you want to have as much consistency as possible, and this card isn't always consistency because you need another light to pair with it. So you usually want to get it off repair plan and then have like a Hertz in rotation to be able to like get into an infinity play or like get into your extra deck. Play one Jizakuru just because I want to play as many like live cards as possible, so I don't like to play multiples of these. Like in some of the other one-ups that I have in my deck, because when I draw going second, I need everything to work. So I can't really like hope that I like, you know, I see multiples of cards that I can't use. Some non-engine. These are only hand traps, so I just think they're generically the best. Try to like weaken the board enough to where you just kill them. You know, obviously you could run a bunch more, but then you like, you know, you kind of flirt with like drawing too many hand traps and not enough engine, then you get stopped and then you can't play. 1 fusion, 1 repair, 3 emergency. Everyone knows what this does, I think, at this point. If you've been around the Cyber Dragon deck, this just searches anything in your deck, basically, that's Cyber Dragon monster. This searches any light machine if there's one in grave. So this is how you get to Galaxy Soldier and like start to push. This also recycles cards, and this can help you OTK. It fuses from banished or field, and when you're going for a game, you can like quick play into something and like push extra when people don't expect it. And it's also you can dodge like targeting. The only thing is it's the only thing that can attack, so you have to be like really creative the way you sequence it. But those, I play 1 machine dupe because
you only have 1 first set?
Because I only have 1 first set. I couldn't play the other ones.
That checks
I
out.
play Thrust. You know, this card, surprisingly, is a brick in this deck because you need to see it with a baby. So I still wanted to have access to it, but because I'm playing Thrust, I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to play one machine dupe and be able to thrust into it in like weird game states. But yeah, that's like, and I'll just show you the one-ups. So like 1, 1, and 1. Again, I don't want to play multiples because I can't use multiple. So these are like the one-up guys. Oh, Regulus and Gizmek. Gizmek pairs really well with this card, which is like the reason you could even have a chance to play this deck. Again, it's a fun deck, so don't get me wrong, like you're gonna have some interesting hands, but there are some games where you're gonna see this with a bunch of the board breaks or Cyber Dragon stuff, and people aren't gonna know what to do. And this is gonna turn this into like all your broken like Cyber Dragon cards. This one specifically into Twin. So this attack, you can duality into this, and that's 8,050, and that's just 2 cards, and this draws you a card back if you like link off and start playing after the fact. Regulus is just because you play this card. This can search Regulus. Regulus also becomes follow-up with Hertz and the OG Cyber. And there's a really cool ruling where like if you summon this and they want to get rid of it because you have like this on the field, or like they have like a very important like link in the extra deck zone, they'll try to like out this. And then if you have access to this, or this is engrave, or maybe they outed both things, so like throwing all your interrupts at you, this can get this back, and then from the spell trap zone, you can touch fuse if they have machines, or you have a copy of this on the field, into your fortress, even in the spell trap zone. And then you still have a negate live. So you'll have a huge fortress, and you'll have a Regulus, and you can like have some like fun situations where like that comes up. But that's something a lot of people don't know. I think it's really interesting. This card just lets you copy everything on the field into machine. It gives you an attack buff. It lowers your opponent's monster's attack. Just helps you push for game. Helps you link off your opponent's monsters because it turns everything into machine. You can pair it with rivalry so that like your opponent just cries. It's like your fun way to go first. If they push you first and you side in rivalry, obviously rivalry's going to 1, but like it's still decent. And in some decks, turning everything into machine can just be like a floodgate in itself. And it searches if it hits the grave by discarding a card. You can search Earth Machine, so there's some other synergy. Extra deck. It's kind of so. Here's all your fusions. These are the targets for duality. You can also make this with the regular Cyber Dragon fusion, but this is just like a big 4,000 beater, pierces. This attacks twice for 28, and Gizmek can also turn into this, which like I said before is like really cool. And then, so like you have to play those, I think. I play 2 of these. This is just like your best touch fuse target with the Clockwork. Lets you like loop the whole field. You also can cycle these back with duality, so you like always have multiple copies. If like you somehow get into a grind state, you don't kill them going second, so then you can like recur them and get back. This is not only one of your best fusions because it attacks multiple times by sending. It pops on fusion summon, but if you use this to summon it with duality, this turns into a starter, which this now can dump your Hertz and your core, and then because this is Cyber Dragon Engrave, you can add this to your hand, then you can normal summon it and then start popping off, which is like a cool little interaction. And then this also pairs with Galaxy Soldier that I didn't tell you before. So this card is like Swiss Army knife for like everything in the deck. It's like pretty cool. Lets you access like all the Cyber Dragon fusions that you don't normally summon, but like are really huge and they attack. Some more like Cyber Dragon type. I only play 1 of each of these because we're just trying to one punch. We don't need to like get cute with like playing multiples. I know a lot of people like to play other ones. Nasher recurs this and this back. So you can just keep bringing back these from the grave. And then just like putting pressure on your opponent. This is a Cyber in any machine. It turns a lot of your hands into OTKs. And it's a Cyber Dragon name, so you can link with it. Typhon, Zeus, you have to play it. This for the core play, you link it off to your repair plants online. This is the other touch fuse from the extra deck. SP, Anima. These are really cool, like you turn your guy into Anima, suck up a card, people misplay. You can touch fuse, this now is extra deck monster, turn it into SP. You know, you can keep pushing through boards and then maybe ending on Typhon or like an Infinity or something. That's the deck.
All right, well, thanks, Rob.
Exhausted.
And yeah, enjoy, guys.